Hello everyone and welcome. My name is Jeff and today we're going to have some fun playing Magic and we are going to play some SARULF Control. So SARULF Realm Eater, one of the first cards that was spoiled or for a long time, and so this is one that was hyped for a long time, and I feel like everyone kind of forgot about it because it's a hard card to build a deck around, and so I gave it a shot here and we'll see how it goes for us. So 3 mana 3/3 Wolf, which it will be fun to do like a Wolf tribal of some sort with this. I think it's better in Historic right now, so we're going to be waiting a little bit. I'm kind of focused on Historic a little bit later. We will be diving into it though, because I know a lot of you guys really love the Historic format as well. Anyway, so whenever a permanent an opponent controls is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, so if it's a Fable Passage or if we kill something, any kind of permanent that goes to the graveyard, then we get to put a +1/+1 counter onto SARULF Realm Eater. So it's a 3 mana 3/3, but can get very big. If we get to kill a lot of their stuff, if there's like board wipes type of thing and we can survive it, that's what we do. Okay. At the beginning of your upkeep, if SARULF has one or more +1/+1 counters on it, you remove all of them. If you do, exile each other non-land permanent with convert mana cost less than or equal to the number of counters removed this way. So that also includes our stuff. So this is where it's a little bit difficult to build the SARULF, is that if you're wanting to use the exile ability to be able to just destroy all of their tokens or all of their whatever it is, which I'm not sure. I think we do have to have a +1/+1 counter on it. I'm not sure if you could have that go off and say, well, we're removing all of that we have, which is 0, therefore we get all 0 convert mana cost permanents. I'm not sure if you can do that. I think it won't trigger unless it has so if it has one or more +1/+1 counters, then you can remove all of them. Yeah, so it has to have at least one. So it says it right there. You go. Anyway, so basically what we're trying to do is we want to be able to get out SARULF on turn 3 basically every chance that we can. That's our best hand with this deck, is get this out on turn 3, have removal, destroy some stuff, and we actually kind of want to be destroying stuff after we get it out. So this is basically how I built up this deck, is that we have removal and ways to kind of survive for the first turns. Blood Chief's Thirst, Duress, Acquisition Expert. So we do have a little bit of this like sacrifice and discard theme because we also have Turgid in the deck, and I've played a lot of Turgid stuff, so I'm not going to focus too much there. But we have a couple of those things in there just because it helps with the early game stuff. It helps put permanents into the graveyard, and it's just another good thing that we can be playing, that either the Lantern side or Turgid herself just kind of works in this whole control type of feel with SARULF. So anyway, basically we want to be destroying early game stuff, get out SARULF, have Binding of the Old Gods. We want to destroy like 2 more things if we can with SARULF, and again, like if they have Fable Passages, there's a lot of other things that people are just sacrificing naturally, which SARULF can then get really big and be hitting it as a 6/6, or we can be exiling stuff, and I think it's each other non-land permanent. So we won't ever exile SARULF, even if we have 3 or 4 or whatever. But we basically can just get rid of a wide board with this. We can get rid of Wolf Willow Havens, any kind of enchantments and artifacts, all those kinds of things that are out there, which do show up in a lot of decks. If we're dealing with the colorless Ugin type decks, we can get rid of all of their permanents as well, as long as they're sacrificing occasionally, because we don't have a ton of ways to deal with it. But we did get Feed the Swarm in Zendikar Rising, at least, which is destroy target creature or enchantment an opponent controls. You lose life in that permanent's mana cost. So we do have ways to destroy artifacts in green. I don't really have those in here. That's something I think you would normally throw in a sideboard, but Feed the Swarm lets us destroy all of the enchantments that are out there right now. There's a ton of good enchantments to destroy, and so this is kind of just adds in a little bit of extra removal that we can go for. It does make us lose life. I wanted to test it out and see how well it did in this kind of a deck. Other removal that we have, Soul Shatter and Mythos of Nethroi. We're in Abzan. Well, we're not really in Abzan, but with Binding the Old Gods, we can go dig for our Indatha Triome to then let us destroy any permanent. So we do have the Mythos of Nethroi to destroy any permanents that we need to. Probably ought to be going up more copies of this. I'm not sure how many pieces of like sacrifice or discard we need to have for Turgid to still work. Like Turgid might just be good by itself, and like other people discard automatically, or like naturally, they sacrifice naturally, and it's just a 5 mana 4/5, and like having ways to make it happen is good, but I'm wondering like how much we actually need for it to be still legit. Everything else after that, so basically once we get SARULF on the board, we can clear 2-drop and below stuff. We have the ability to kind of just take care of that space, and so then we just want to be smashing face and getting in for damage with all of our more expensive permanents. So Questing Beast as a one of, we have some Planeswalker tribal type of thing going here a little bit. 1 Garruk, 1 Liliana, 1 other Garruk, Cursed Huntsman, and a Vivian. And then we have 2 Vorinclex to make those much, much better and have the chance to just go off with the ultimate. And so all of these have pretty awesome ultimates if you do get them. Garruk, the Garruk Unleashed, Garruk. Everyone tells me to say it differently, and so I got used to saying Garruk now. Anyway, -7 you get an emblem at the beginning of your end step. You may search your library for a creature card, put onto the battlefield. We don't have tons of creature cards, but the ones that we have, SARULF, Questing Beast, we get to bring out Vorinclexes or Massacre Worms every turn, is still enough to hopefully to close out the game. And if we do run out of all of those, if they destroy all of our creatures, because I think that can happen potentially, our main win con after that is probably just Turgid's Lantern. Turgid's Lantern with a ton of mana ramp and everything like that is actually really good. I want to build a deck with this and just like a bunch of Nixum, the one that creates triple mana, because that can just be really, really busted. Anyway, so this is the deck. Let's go ahead and jump into it. As far as land goes, we have 18 lands here. We have 3 Turn Timber Symbiosis, 3 of Pelakka Perdition, which gets to discard something from their hand and is also a land for us. We're kind of okay playing tap lands in the early game to hopefully get to SARULF before we start doing too much removal. Of course, we want to survive. 2 Hogger Maulings for a little bit more destruction, and that's basically the deck. So yeah, 26 lands all together, and let's jump into it. Here we go. All right, against Manilador. I said that we're okay with tap lands, but I'm not sure about this many. Acquisitions Expert's not a bad play. We have some Soul Shatter stuff. We'll keep this hand. We have enough things that we can do to play the game out a little bit slowly, and that's fine. Got the Triumph tapped. We do want to just get up to Vorinclex. I mean, that's another really good play. Just shatter, just like control into Vorinclex. Edgewell Innkeeper. Well, let's go ahead and play the always tap lands first. If we can find an untapped land and then have these 2 be untapped, that would be amazing. Super good stuff. All right, it plays out Mountain. All right, Gruul Aggro. It looks like it's just the normal Gruul Aggro stuff too. Binding of Gods is nice. All right, so Acquisitions Expert. Let's go ahead and get some discard. It's a good blocker for us. I was going to be playing the elf that also discards from the new set, but I think that's what's in the deck list down below. I switched it to Acquisition Expert just because it is a 1/2. It is just a better blocker. They are doing the exact same thing. It reads differently, but they choose a card and they discard it. We occasionally have the chance to force them to discard more stuff. All right, play out Feeble Passage, pass the turn. And I think we want to land here, so we're not going to sacrifice this yet. We're gonna hold off. Stompy's that's fine. I could probably bring like Valky into that slot as well, but it doesn't discard for the Turgid. We could turn it into other stuff, which is nice, but they can always get things back as well. So Edgewell Innkeeper, and it only hits creatures, which there's some decks that don't even have that. All right, hits in. I'm down to 18. Pass to my turn. Let's go. What are we playing? Binding the Old Gods. Yeah, I think we just want to ramp here. Try to get up to Vorinclex. We have some other good removal. Soul Shatter can hit anything that's big. Mythos. We already have our stuff online here a little bit. All right, grab Forest. And I think just another Forest. We already have 2 black sources. Yeah. Okay, Binding the Old Gods. Hit the Innkeeper. A little bit less card draw, hopefully, now with this Bone Crusher. Pass to the turn. All right. Down to 17. This comes in tapped, so we can't get to Vorinclex this turn. There's a Turgid, though, which is awesome. Do I want to play it out on the other side of this? Interesting. I can get out Perdition to get to Vorinclex on the next turn. I can play at the Lantern and just start kind of like doing damage with it there. If we find another trigger, we're in good shape. It all comes down to how much removal do I think that they have altogether. We can get some pretty good stuff with this. Oh, that's a tough one. Let's go with rather just hold it Mythos and Nethroi. I am going to go ahead and play this out tapped. Pass the turn. We can Soul Shatter and not hurt ourselves, but we kind of want the sacrifice ability with Turgid. Questing Beast. Okay. What do we want? Questing Beast does the same amount of damage as Bone Crusher does. We're Mythos of Nethroi-ing. Yeah, I guess we just kill the questing beast. Why not? Okay, take 4 down to 13. Let's use Thirst. Okay, so we can play Turgid out, Bloodchief's Thirst, the Edgewell Innkeeper, stop them from getting too much card draw. This is a good blocker for Bonecrusher Giant. Not that we will block necessarily, but it's just a good threat. So play out Turgid. Wouldn't mind having like a Duress here to steal their Embercleave. Stealing an Embercleave here would be sweet. This keeps them off of Embercleave potentially, unless if they play land and swing in, we know what's up, and we're not dead. So we'll take it. We'll see. Is there anything new from this one yet? I'm like judging people for playing not new stuff. Come on, people. All right, does not swing in. Sweet double Soul Shatter. Let's see. They have Menace, or I have Menace. I could steal both the Electric Beast and Bonecrusher Giant right now. Swing in for 4. We have a pretty big board, and then I can Vorinclex on the next turn and just go crazy. That might be better than like going slow right now. Like it's in for an extra 4 points of damage that it's guaranteed. Or I can hold off and try to get better things. Let's go ahead and do it now. I really do think this is the best play. So Soul Shatter. They choose one of the 3 Chromatic Cost things this time, so they choose this time. We get the other one the next time. Guaranteed. If they did have like an Embercleave or something like that, I kind of want to stop them from having a chance of playing it out. They take action. Soul Shatter. Take action. Swing in for 4. Still haven't found a SARULF. I definitely would. I think it would do well in this kind of a matchup where it comes out as a 3/3. It's hard to really block, but as soon as you start destroying anything, it's a 4/4, 5/5. You know, it's a really good blocker for all the kind of stuff they're doing. If they swing in and it doesn't die, more permanents die and go to the battle graveyard, we get a bigger SARULF. You know, so it's just good. Then we can exile all their stuff on the next turn. All right, just playing out a blocker. They just bolted that in, didn't they? Okay, Vorinclex for the big hit, or Mythos of Nethroi here. I'm guessing that they just have a Stompy Boy with like for Bonecrusher Giant or something. So let's see. How do we get in? So they double block here. We get in for 10 with Bonecrusher and Vorinclex. I'm debating if that's okay if we just play it a little bit slower. Let's play it a little bit slower. All right, Mythos of Nethroi. Kill the Mammoth. Swing in for 8. I'm guessing they jump here and then Stompy, but they at least get to take 2 more points of damage that way. This has Menace. Yeah, if they're gonna bolt themselves, we're gonna make them, you know, pay for bolting themselves basically. Love having the Electric Beast as a blocker here. This feels nice. Dude, this deck feels good. It's definitely kind of depends on which way we go with everything, if it's either Turgid or SARULF, but they do in some ways play similarly, so it's not that big of a deal. Temple of Milady. There's a SARULF. All right, well, we did find it. I think it's over once we play the Vorinclex, though. So Vorinclex, swing in. They have to double block Turgid. They have to, yeah, so if they do double block here, like there's no way they survive this. They have to chump Bonecrusher, double block here to block the most damage, and they're still dead to Vorinclex. So, yes, I like it. Yes. All right. Very, very nice. Good games. Trying to, yeah. We're almost up to platinum. Sorry, I've been trying to rank up. Didn't have a lot of time to do it just yet. And we're still in the new season. I'll get there. I'm shooting for mythic this time around. All right, up against Kotatu, and we don't have like any really good stuff in the early game. If the stress hits something amazing, then sure, like hitting a land. but we're gonna be slow lands. Yeah, we got a mulligan. I think we need some early game removal. There we go. This is a lot better. And so we'll keep this, drop Vorinclex, I believe. Try to get some ramp on. Have some removal. This does hurt us as removal, but it's all good. Okay, where's our... We want to find a SARULF now. Okay, Triome. Playing the same deck, obviously. I know a lot of people really like these lands. I do not. I am not a fan of those in general. They're just kind of funky. All right, so Doomscar. That's what this feels like. Is this Abzan control with Turgid? It's actually probably a pretty good deck. It could be SARULF as well. I'm just playing a different version. All right, it looks like it's Angels. I could see Indoth the Triumph coming in as a good way to bring in like Binding the Old Gods and Mythos of Nethroi into this deck. Abzan actually would be pretty dang good. All right, so Temple of Malady. Either Garruk or Binding the Old Gods in the next turn. 5 mana already. Yeah, we'll keep Mythos. Swing in. Yeah, I feel like this has got to be Doomscar. It could be the Angel that flashes in here. All right, Segrid. Doesn't exile, just blocks it. Interesting. All right. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and just destroy this. We'll take 3. It's not that big of a deal. I'd rather just spend this on something that's a 3 or less for Feed the Swarm than on something later. We do know that they have some enchantments, but that's also fine. All right, we can hold up removal. We can also just create a board state. Let's go Garruk. All right, yeah. Play out Garruk. Pass the turn. All right, Protector can swing in. So I wasn't sure if that was going to be a Doomscar or Protector. If it was a Protector, we probably should have held up Mythos of Nethroi or something like that. But we at least get a 3/3 out on board. We can kill this with the Binding the Old Gods.
I've grown tired.
It's all good. Legion Angel. Guess we kill the Legion Angel now. Keep getting in for some damage. I guess I should have seen if they would trade off, because like honestly it would have been a decent trade-off for us. Swing in. All right, if we top deck Vorinclex, I want this on the board, but for now we'll just get this out there. Selfless Savior and Legion Angel. Okay, Selfless Savior is annoying. Down to 14. All right, Blood Chief's Thirst gives us an interesting play. All right, so hit this. In response, they probably protect the Legion Angel. And then we Mythos of Nethroi now. Yeah, just try to keep pace with these guys. I mean, all the Legion Angels are annoying. Pass the turn. We get Death Touch now with this guy. We will just try to kill whatever we can. Legion Angel. Down to 11. More lands. Not as cool. All right, takes it. We've seen a Selfless Savior. We've seen some protection. Maybe if I just want to do this now, they could have better stuff. We'll pass the turn. All right, kill the Legion Angel. Foretells Glorious Protector. Are they trying to cast it this turn? Yeah, I can't do that. Really interested to see what they're bringing in green for, if it's just for the sake of doing it. All right. They sacrificed something. Now it's a 4/4 instead of the other thing. Good for you, sir. All right, Binding of Gods was sweet there. All right, let's take control of the board a little bit now. Down to 8, pass the turn. What else is going on? Yeah, I feel like this is such a bad play. The anytime you're getting rid of a land as well is the downside. Like if it did other things for you, there would be cool stuff there, but all right, well that's bad. All right, pass the turn. They have vigilance too, so we can't even swing in with the... Yeah. Dude, this is where we want SARULF. Like, if we had SARULF out here, we could kill one thing. All of a sudden, we just exile everything. We'd lose our token as well, but, like, I'd be down for that right now, you know? And now I don't think we get to untap. We don't have board wipes. We just have, like, a lot of target removal. We don't have anything with reach. So they did get us here. They get to draw some cards. Yeah. Soul Shatter. Well, with Death Touch, let's see if they go ahead and take it here. We have a shot if they did. All right. Down to 4, Soul Shatter. Good game. All right. You got us, sir. You got us. Yeah, we'll go and concede. They just swing in and we're dead. All right. Well, we stayed in the game a long time. We just didn't draw the finishers like we wanted to. I really think if we can ever find... Seriously, I swear every time that I create a video around a certain card like SARULF, I just never find it in like 10 games. I'm going to try to find it. I promise. All right. Up against the Hermit. And a lot of discard against Yorion deck seems pretty legit. So we're going to keep this. We have some good removal as well if we need it. And yep, Duress. One thing I would like though, more lands. I know this is a 2-land hand. All right, they're kind of basing it off of these Omen of the Seas, but they have them. So let's go ahead and just get rid of Dance of the Manse. What do they discard with Acquisitions Expert? It's probably Dance of the Manse. So let's go ahead and get rid of Banishing Light, just because it does actually get some of our stuff. Everything else has duplicates. Omen of the Sea. Keeps 2 on top. Dang it. Yeah, well, there you go. There you have it. All right, on green, Acquisitions Expert. Get a body on board. Start chipping in for damage. I don't think they use Heartless Act on this. Guess they could, but... Yeah, Dance of the Manse, that's what I figured. So Dance of the Manse is gone, which is something we are scared of, but... I guess not enough to care too much. All right, so Esper. This is one of the issues with playing in ranked, I find, is that there's a lot of decks that just aren't new. You know, I want to be playing up against new decks more often instead of just the old ones. But at the same time, though, this is probably the stuff you guys are playing up against as well. And so showcasing it is good. Okay, 1 on top. Hey, we did find a land. Nice. So, I guess it doesn't really matter. Let's go ahead and swing in. We'll go green. Why ever not? Pass the turn. Yeah, I still feel like we're pretty far behind. Them being on the draw, having a bunch of good card draw at the early game. We likely did find our lands. I probably will play out Binding Old Gods here just to destroy their, just to be able to get a land for us. So swinging with Acquisitions Expert. That's right. Getting below your starting life total. Are you really going to Heartless Act this? Please do. Yeah, that's not the thing you Heartless Act. All right, grab Black Source, Last Swamp, find the Old Gods. What kinds of cards are good in this matchup? SARULF is really good if we can get him out and start getting him ticked up to where we can destroy all their 2-drop things and exile them. Don't think we care about the 1/1s. Yeah, get rid of the Omen of the Sun. I mean, if they blink these, I guess these might be better than the Omens. We actually do want some tokens out there. Again, we have to find a SARULF. I swear, every time I play, I never find the main card I actually have a 4 of. You know, like, I always find 1 and 2 ofs cards. Like, this is a 1 of, and I think I found it twice now. We'll see. I don't remember. All right. Down to 18. Resolve. We lose this guy. We want to hit the land, and then we're fine getting rid of it on the next turn. There's a SARULF. All right. Triome. Dang it. Now we have it. We can't quite do enough. So we can play out SARULF. We can play Bloodchief's Thirst. We actually have an interesting play here. They have Heartless Act. So we play out SARULF. We play Bloodchief's Thirst, killing a token. We get a counter now. We dodge the Heartless Act. They destroy a permanent. Get rid of an Omen of the Sea. This triggers on our upkeep the same time that Doom Foretold does, so we probably will end up sacrificing it, but we can also get rid of a Doom Foretold at the same time. Plays out another Omen of the Sea. That's fine. And this is where SARULF actually gets pretty good. Like, this is a way to deal with Doom Foretold, as long as we can play around it right. In fact, they might want to just go for removing some counters from our SARULF. Right, up to 2. So we can kill 1 more creature here. Skyclave Apparition. Okay, yeah, they got us. I don't think we can really come back from that. Yeah, I don't know how we deal with that. We have Heartless Act to kill this and get a token on our turn. Fast at the turn. Doom Foretold. Saxon Omen. Just bringing Yorion to hand. Birth of Meletis. Okay. All right, swinging with both. Does not. Okay, that still works for us. We'll Heartless Act. Skyclave Apparition, get a 3/3. Kill this. Well, we did find a SARULF finally, and it would have been really good in this matchup. That is probably one of the biggest issues of SARULF, is that it does die to Skyclave Apparition. So many things do, though. It's such a good card. All right, block here. We have a threat. That's right. Fear me. All right, not going to spend the Heartless Act here. What? Yorion to hand. Let's go ahead and sack this. Grab another forest. Pass to my turn. We will discard the Soul Shatter. A little bit awkward because it can kill the Yorion, but I think we have other ways to kill things, so that's fine. Garrick. Yeah, we do that. Swing in. Yeah, play out the 2/2s. Another Doom Foretold is annoying here, but we at least get to build a board before that. Yeah, I think their best play is Doom Foretold, I believe. So if they have it, they should be playing it out. Yorion is at least just a big creature, but they know that we can kill it with Garrick. They can still blink and get card advantage, which is probably the best play. Extinction Event, okay. We're totally fine with that. They already played a land, so no Doom Foretold this turn. All right, so no Doom Foretold in hand either. Sweet. So now we get to hopefully get out some extra permanents. I'm probably going to hold on to that for cycling. So create some Wolfies. Vivs. The nice thing about Vivian too, it's a way for us to search up our Wolf as well. Don't have it right now. Just some more removal. Let's go with Reach. Yeah, Reach. Pass turn. We do want to get out lands for Turgid's Lantern, if that's the way that we end up going. But now we have a pretty hard thing for them to deal with. They have to keep finding extinction events, basically, to beat this. And they're in top deck mode with not much else. They tap down Crawling Barrens. Yeah, get some card advantage. Do we just want to draw cards with the Garrick here, or do we want to try to get up to the emblem? The emblem is awesome if we can get to it, for sure. In fact, can we destroy our own thing? That might be worthwhile. All right, so I can destroy Yorion. I can Binding the Old Gods. It gets another permanent onto the battlefield for us. It gets rid of one of theirs. I could, but that gets us really low on Garruk. I could Bloodchief's Thirst this, get the emblem, swing in with a 6/6 and a 5/5, create a reach blocker that has a counter so it can't die to this. We lose our Garrick though. All right, so I think what we do is we do destroy the Yorion. Draw a card. They could have Heartless Act there, I think, to... Actually, I'm not sure if we have to have the target to finish that, because it's a different sentence, which reads a little bit differently sometimes. Binding the Old Gods. And I think just to get in for enough damage here, we probably... So let's kill... they can sacrifice that in response. Kill Birth of Meletis. So they don't create another blocker. Do we care to do this? There's other targets, right? Dress on top. That's actually pretty nice. Let's give one more with reach.
Diversity is our greatest strength.
Get hidden for 5 or sorry, we get hidden for 7 or 4. 7 gets us to a 3-turn clock. We have Duress. I'm going to hold off. We need some more removal to actually win this game. We don't speed ourselves up that much if we're going to be making more and more tokens anyway on the next couple turns. The biggest thing here is just we need to dodge an extinction event. If they have it, it kills our stuff anyway. Kills that anyway. All right, now Doom Foretold does not do very well for them at all. 2 to the bottom. There's another Plains. Apparition gets the Binding of the Old Gods. We get to get a 4/4 out of this. All right, let's start with a Duress. More removal off the top. Probably better to be ticking up some of our other stuff first. Okay, Omen of the Sun. Make some tokens themselves. Do I want to draw with the Triome? I can draw and use Feed the Swarm on a 3/3 mana cost thing. Hold up Bloodchief's Thirst for whatever we want to hit. This can hit enchantments though, which it does hit Doom Foretold. Is the biggest thing. I'm not as worried about it with our board state though. Do they want a Heartless Act is their question. They can only Heartless Act a Wolf. I mean, it's probably what we're taking anyway, so All right, well, yeah, so we take the Heartless Act. No removal for them. First things first. I do want to see what's on top of our deck, I think. So let's go ahead and cycle. Could just play it out as well. It's not the worst if we have it there. They just don't have a good block once we kill this at all. I guess we can kill it just from them jump blocking, right? If they want to block a wolf with this, that's fine. These are both sorcery speed removals. That's the biggest thing. I kind of have to make my decision first. Okay. If they do have an extinction event, I guess I'd rather have this on board. If they're not going to attack in anyway, yeah, we'll just hold off for a little bit. We'll cycle on the end step. Let's go with trample now or vigilance. We have 2 reach creatures. Let's go vigilance. Pass the turn. Omen of the Sun. Keep something on top, right? I think the only thing that you really keep here is oh, Doom Foretold. All right, so we have to lose something. Okay, cycle. Feed the swarm to hand. This triggers before we can do anything else. Still, just the planes in hand. They have Crawling Barrens, which we can kill with Soul Shatter. Or I guess not really. All right, we lose. That's a tough choice. This creates 2 tokens a turn. It dies easier to an extinction event, though. This can let us do stuff off the top of the library. Yeah, I guess we lose Garrick. Hagra mauling off the top. Feed the swarm, the Doom Foretold. I think we just kill the Crawling Barrens after they turn into something here. So we'll give Trample here. Swing in with everything. I mean, now we're actually starting to do quite a bit of damage. So they're going to have to start actually blocking. And they just have to hope for an extinction event. They didn't bring out Crawling Barrens. I guess it doesn't actually block and kill anything just yet. So yeah, they're already trading off. That's fine. We get to hold up Soul Shatter now. Come on, make it a creature. Oh man. Okay, down to 6. We get a 4/4. And they know that they're top decking anyway, so either they top deck the win or they don't. Extinction event gives them a chance. Elspeth's Nightmare. Okay, they can destroy something. Power 2 or less. Yeah, okay. That should just be game, right? Yeah, good game, sir. Not too shabby. Not too shabby at all. All right, up against the Tempest. We have Feed the Swarm for early game removal, Binding of the Old Gods, Hagra Mauling to get us to the 4th land. Yeah, we'll keep this. And I could wait for 1 turn for this, but let's just go ahead and play it out. Pass the turn. I think 2 sources of removal should be enough. I think this can get us up to Vivian, and that's at least a decent play. And we have other things to draw, like a SARULF would be awesome. Only sorcery speed removal at the moment. I guess now we have Soul Shatter. And there's a SARULF. Yes. The time has come. This should be harder for a lot of decks to remove, but playing out SARULF, are they playing a Scorching Dragonfire here? Please don't have removal. Seriously? Come on, dude. We finally find one. Yeah, they just had good removal for it. All right, we need to find another one now. That was the perfect time to be finding it, though. Up against normal, so it's not a Gruul deck. Okay, it's Jund. Okay, I was thinking it was gonna be Gruul deck, which then it would be sweet. I guess we hold off on binding the old gods, right? So put this on green. Pass the turn. Hold up Soul Shatter. Turgrid's Lantern is a possibility here. I'm not really sure what they're doing. All right, well, Vivian's not a bad play, so we're just going to do that. All right, get another black source here from Massacre Worm. And we can always grab more green with binding, so Vivian. Doing the -2 with Massacre Worm, letting us find our SARULF, our Questing Beast. Any of those things are also really good plays. So tick up. Yeah, let's give, I think, Reach. Jund Dragons is something I'm kind of thinking is a possibility. Stomps once. Probably stomps again on the next turn. Let's give Vigilance now then. We have removal for anything with flying. Vigilance.
Diversity is our greatest strength.
Stomps again. Okay.
Time to lick my wounds.
Plays one of these bad boys out. Yeah, let's just ramp. Could feed the swarm and then hold up Soul Shatter, but I think we would just want to ramp here. Down to 17, pass the turn. Another Fire Prophecy. Is this just like Jund control as well? Maybe it's a SARULF deck as well with Jund, which actually would be pretty good. Another Binding Old Gods, yeah. And this just hits other things besides just this. So if there's like a Turgid's Lantern or whatever, it's nice to have. Let's go ahead and activate this. We could just get out Massacre Worm and have it be a threat for us. I'm not sure if they're going to have any smaller creatures at any time here. So let's... Like, that might just be the best play, just to have a body on board. Then if we kill stuff in the future, we're fine. Yeah, let's just go ahead and play out Massacre Worm. I'm just hoping they don't have Heartless Act held up right now. This would have been really nice with the Vivian to get 2 bodies. Yeah, they have it. Heartless Act. Rude. I still think that was our best play overall. We're fine taking a hit from Bonecrusher Giant. It would have given us... Yeah. It gives us a threat and a way to actually pressure life total. At least it did. Okay. Let's do it again. Do you have another Heartless Act? By them not playing much else out, it's a very big possibility. Or a Binding of the Old Gods. Stomps face. Draws with Castle Locthwain. Alright, doesn't seem to have removal for it. Down to 15. Cultivates. Only has 1 land left. Ha! All the basics already in hand. That's kind of what we're running into too. We actually don't have any more basics. Extinction Event. Okay. Rude. Down to 10. Questing Beast. Okay, Questing Beast. Attack in. Down to 11. Pass the turn. If they just attack in, we'll Soul Shatter so we don't have to take the 4. They play out another Bone Crusher. Yeah, so we just Soul Shatter here. Then they probably play out of the threat. We Binding the Old Gods. We get in for another 4. More removal. Good for you, sir. Gosh dang it. All right, we want to get a SARULF or something out here too. There we go. We're doing it. We're doing it. Binding the gods. Yes. SARULF up to a 4/4. Pass the turn. Feed the swarm on the Bone Crusher Giant. We do take 5 from doing that. Actually, is that worth it? I'm not totally sure. Maybe? That's down to 5 when they've shown quite a bit of burn of some sorts as well. Decline. Okay, Soul Shatter's better. Maybe. Actually, maybe we do just want to take 5 and have this for removal for anything else. Because we do get lethal in 2 turns if they don't have any removal. So I think we go all in on this. As bad as this is to take 5, I think we go all in and we hold up Soul Shatter. Get another counter, swing in. Is SARULF going to win it for us? Is this the time for SARULF to shine? I do believe so. I believe so. I do believe in miracles. Draws with Castle Lochthwain. Doesn't... Oh, they don't have any more basics. So yeah, doesn't crack Fable Passage. Down to 2. They can throw out a body. I hope they don't have any kind of burn up to get up to 5. Waking the Trolls. All right, we got there. We got there. Good game, sir. Whew. Not too shabby. All right, that was an interesting deck, but we did get there with SARULF. Up against Live the Roots, man. We have Temple of Milady for a scry, and we're on the draw, and we can get to SARULF on the next turn. And then we have Soul Shatter with Turgid. Yeah, this is a 2-land hand, but I think this is a very much keepable 2-land hand with good 3-drops. We have a play for turn 2. Okay, give us a land, please. That's not a land. Oh, gosh. Come on. With 20, was it 26 lands in the deck? Or was it 20? I think it's 26 lands in the deck. That's almost half of our deck. So this is very, very poor running already. All right, we'd be fine with the tap land here too. There we go. We got there. Okay. Tap land, Duress. Take a peek at this. Strategical Smashing, yeah. Getting rid of a land. They don't have any red source if we take this land. That's actually a little bit tempting. Then they can just hold up Sock Coming on the next turn, though. Actually, they have red mana here. All right, yeah, take the Sock Coming. Pass the turn. All right, we're looking for another land so we can play Binding the Old Gods as well. Okay, so SARULF. We got it out there. We're playing Magic. We're doing it. What is this? Is this just like Giants, but a little bit more controlling? This could be Sock Coming here as well, I guess. Behold the Multiverse, okay. Just, is it control? Is it control is pretty good. And it could just have like Quakebringer as a finisher. They just play control and play Quakebringers and Bone Crusher Giants. And then as long as you can get a giant out there every once in a while, you're good. Frostbite, that's good. It's really annoying. Foretell something else. We hit land. It's tempting to go for Turgid instead here. Because then we have Soul Shatter to steal something. I know I want to play up against a control deck. Turgid is just really, really good to either force him to keep taking damage. All right, either way, we're playing this on green. We could also go for Turgid into the Soul Shatter, but I don't feel like it survives that. Not really. We came to play SARULF. We're gonna go ahead and play the SARULF out. Pass the turn. It just dies to more things. They hit land. They have Soul Shatter. If they find a red source. Faceless Haven also gets turned on here. That would be fine. We can always hold up Soul Shatter on the next turn to stop that. Okay. Foretells again. Strategical Smashing tapped. Swing in. If this is a Sock Coming, we don't want to play out the Turgid. But it is probably our best play for this turn. Just play out Turgid. If they have removal, it's annoying. Or counterspell, it's annoying. But then we potentially have a better chance of keeping SARULF alive. We came to play the good stuff. Let's go ahead and do it. Saw it coming. Yeah. Alrighty. I mean, they're going to have counter spells eventually. They counter either side of that, either the lantern or that. It was the best play. I mean, the best play is waiting until they tap down, I guess, and whatever else. But now if they do tap out this turn, we can get the Vorinclex. Potentially. Do they keep two on the bottom or two on top? I can't remember. Okay. Potentially another Behold the Multiverse. So let's just swing in. That's what we've got. I mean, this is still a decent clock. Not like crazy fast, but it's a clock. Pass the turn. Yeah, we just want them to tap out at some point. Man, the Behold the Multiverse is good. Shark Typhoon. Plays it out. Main phase. Okay. Yeah, pass to my turn. Feed the Swarm as well. Actually, that takes 6 from for us. But then we can hold up Soul Shatter as well. That's a little bit tempting. Go down to 11. They obviously are dealing damage through damage dealing stuff. We also get a ramp with Binding Old Gods. We can always hit another one if they have it. All right, so Binding Old Gods. This also is a lot better for the token that they might make with another copy of it. So swinging for 4 now. Down to 10, pass the turn. That was a tempting one. You don't get a lot of enchantment removal with black. And so for 2 mana, we could have done that. Held up this Soul Shatter. I think ramping up to Vorinclex is better, though. And we just hope that they don't really have good removal for the SARULF. If they don't have bounce, then we're good. If they do bounce it, we'll try for Vorinclex on the next turn if we find an untapped land. Gold Span Dragon. All right. That is bad. I think we Soul Shatter that. Okay, decline. We could have destroyed the treasure there. Actually, maybe that was the right play. All right, another Endotha Triome. Feed the Swarm deals 5 to us again. We know that they are playing Goldsman Dragon now, but this keeps them off of removal. If they counter something, it's probably this. So let's go ahead and try for the counter spell. Oh, or targeted. Darn it. Forgot about that. Yeah, Soul Shatter would have been better. That's fine. All right. Soul Shatter. We get to kill it. We go up to 6. The treasure went away, so we got another counter with SARULF. That's basically how we wanted it to be. Why did they get another treasure? Oh, it was created afterwards, right? Yeah, let's go ahead and get out another land. Pass the turn. The card draw would have been nice. We have another Vorinclex, SARULF, all this stuff. All right, they got to play out a blocker or have removal. Shatter Skull. Taps out. And we get the game with Vorinclex. Good game, sir. Whew. All right, they finally tapped out. We got there. Dude, that was good. We like played that perfectly. That was... Oh, all right. That was fun. That was fun. And we rank up to platinum. Yay. Platinum's definitely the hardest one to get through. I think once you get to diamond, you're like, okay, I'm so close to mythic. We just go for mythic. So yeah, definitely got to get through platinum. I will actually grind this time around and not just. I moving up to 2 videos a day was definitely why I didn't make it last time. It's hard to do, man. All right, anyway, here we go. Let's do this. And by let's do this, I mean let's go to the wrap up, because I do need to end this one. And we did get SARULF Realm Leader out, and it did work pretty well in that matchup. And as we could see, it was just a really good body of hitting in for a bunch of damage. They were always nervous to play out like their Bone Crusher Giant, because this just exiles Bone Crusher Giants, and then you're done. You know, it does so many good things as SARULF Realm Leader. I'm actually a really big fan of the card. I think it goes into a deck like this in general. I think that we could have trimmed down maybe some other stuff and maybe improve our late game just a little bit more. It's fun to play all like the 2-ofs and everything like that. Massacre Worm is a little bit awkward with SARULF because we already have ways to get rid of tokens, everything like that. But this is just another way for us to do it. We're already playing. We needed a version of board wipes outside of just this, I guess, was kind of the idea. So maybe we can fit better stuff into this slot here, just something a little bit better. I'm not sure what that is. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like, subscribe, all that stuff. And the secret word for this one is SARULF rocks. Dude, I need to start coming up with like better ones. I'm sorry, guys. Anyway, have a good one. Bye.